And yes, we are back. Diablo 4 is dying fast. And this is the reason. I just want to say a few things and then, we'll hop into the video. First off, I don't know if Diablo 4 is dying fast. I think it is just not really that alive. Because this is just how I feel. I feel like because there's just so many different types of people that play the game, it's going to just be really hard for Blizzard to pinpoint, what needs to be addressed. Even though it is very obvious what needs to be addressed. This is just how companies work. I'm not giving them a pass. I'm just saying. After watching the interview with the team, Rob Ferguson, whatever his name is, comes off as a boomer. He comes off as someone who, instead of innovating and using experiences and acknowledging new ideas, he wants to do it the old Vanguard way. It's worked before. Let's not try anything too new. Let's not shake it up too much. He's not trying to innovate. That's exactly what it feels like. And I only have this opinion because when I watched the Riot Games MMO team, they look way more in tune with what they're doing. They look like they care about, like, they just, the atmosphere and vibe just felt different. It really feels like they play their games, or at least somewhat. At least they're like really interconnected into what they want Riot MMOs to be, rather than the guys at Diablo 4 little presentation looks like they don't even play the game. Like they just kind of, I work at Blizzard, but really I just don't even like playing games. Right? That's just how I feel. Anyways, let's get right into it. Diablo 4 is dying fast. Let's find out.
People are done with Diablo 4. There's a million Reddit
Right
posts about quitting the game because there's nothing to do. Almost no one on my friends list seems to play Diablo 4 anymore. And a lot of big content creators have pretty much moved.
I mean, let's just be rational for 1 second. It's not that people are quitting or it's dying fast. I think we're adults now. We conceptualize that there is no reason to kind of push forward. It's very obvious. If you're an adult, you kind of understand how time works, how life works. When you choose to do things, you want to do stuff that is beneficial to your time. Nothing like that exists in Diablo 4 at the moment. Even if you were to kill Uber Lilith, Pinnacle Boss, whatever, tomorrow, it would not matter. It would literally be a personal achievement that only you can, bring up to other people who play Diablo 4. Right? And I think there's just nothing in this game that values your time outside of the natural progression that has a very, very low ceiling. That's it. That's all.
Moved on from what I've seen.
And adults want to do other stuff.
On my level 100 Druid, I can't think of a single reason to log in. I mean, I hardly wanted to log in to even make this video, and it's sort of a downer, to be honest. To top it off, the prospect of creating any sort of alternate character seems pointless when we're less than 2 weeks away from making another new character for Season 1.
True.
Why don't I have anything to do on my Druid? Well, it's because I had farmed best in slot gear a long time before ever hitting level 100. My loot grind was over by the time I was level 85, and that is the massive problem that is plaguing Diablo 4's late game content. I don't know who tested this. I don't know who signed off on the system. I don't know how it got past all the reviews for Diablo 4.
Like I said, it really feels, I've said this so many times to my friend Candy. I've said it in my Discord. Well, maybe I haven't, but I know I've said it to Candy and on stream. It feels like no one played this game extensively. It really feels like they were not playing this game. It feels like they were probably playing like segments at a time. And then, once they cleared the campaign and got some good gear, they quit playing. Like, it honestly feels like no one played 75 to 100. because I know no one played it, because before the Nightmare Dungeon experience buff, it would have taken like 3 weeks of straight playing to probably get it for anyone who's a no life in like game. Like that's how I know no one tested it. It was not possible that you expected people to get level 100 grinding Nightmare Dungeons how they were. It's just not possible.
I do not know how after years of development, this is what we were left with.
It's not possible.
Let me show you guys why it's bad. So the power of an item uses a breakpoint system that determines the tier that the potential range of stats can possibly be when they are rolled on an item. The final breakpoint is item power level 725. Basically, any item with a higher eye power level can roll the exact same affix amounts as an eye power 725 item can. So a 725 item and an 845 item could have identical affix rolls on them, which is like the whole part of the system that's broken. The only exception to this rule is that weapon damage increases or the resists on jewelry goes up or the armor value increases. Like the very basic stats of the item can go up, but the affix themselves stay the same. 720.
And again, like this game has some of the most boring stats, man. Honestly, it has some of the most boring stats. Like I just cannot fathom, like, why would you want extra potion drop rate? Why would you want buff shrine duration on a unique? Why would you want these dumbass affixes that does not inherently affect your gameplay in any significantly fun way on gear, on a unique at that?
Of the item can go up.
Like, look at these pants. Potion drop rate. Companion movement speed. Why would I want that? If they're not right next to me, they immediately teleport to me anyways. Why would I want companion movement speed and potion drop rate on pants for skills for something that's not even like main damage? Like those are two of the most useless utility. Like I wouldn't even call it utility. I would call like what is the point of having stuff like this? I don't understand.
Flop.
Like why would you like? I'm just trying to like understand. Why would you put this on pants? Can anyone rationalize why you would want companion movement speed and potion drop rate on unique pants? Can anyone rationalize that for me, please? What does it mean? And I get it, like, while injured, your potions grant 30 movement speed, so it's alluding to, oh, more potions, so you're kind of going faster. It says while injured. Do you not understand how CC works in this game? If you're injured, it's probably because you were CC'd or something slowed you and you're getting hit and you're dying. Like, going from injured to dead is like in the same second most of the time.
But the affix themselves,
I'm just saying, bro, it's trash. Stuff like that is so trash.
820 doesn't matter. The affixes and the amounts that they can roll are identical. The only exception to this rule apparently is for plus life and plus thorns, which actually do continue to scale with the item power level. Regardless, this kind of makes the whole sacred / ancestral item thing completely worthless. But that's a whole different discussion. To help this make sense, here's an example for you. I have multiple Hunter Zenith rings here. I have a Sacred 632 item power level and a Sacred 701. As you can see from the roll ranges listed on the items, both could be identical in stats, even though they are 69 item power levels apart. Only the small plus to resistances number is higher on the higher item power version. I also have a 705 Sacred version that I upgraded past the final breakpoint of 725 item power level, which now suddenly makes it fit into the ancestral tier of upgrades. I could have done this with the 701 ring as well.
And you know why this is also stupid? This is not explained anywhere in the game. So if you're a casual player, how would you even understand this? I had to watch at least 3 different videos to understand it. So if you're someone far away on the couch playing on a big screen TV or playing in your room, like on a TV, whatever, Xbox, or even just a normal guy, a dad playing on the computer, how would you even know to like know about breakpoints and stuff? It's never explained in the game. And then to my point, I promise you, I swear no one tested this stuff out.
Which I found at level 58.
Whatever.
Pushing it past the 725 mark actually re-rolls the entire ring's stats. Now imagine if I got some god rolls. At level 58, I would have managed to get a nearly best in slot ring. I don't want this. This shouldn't be possible. I want my items and my character.
I just want to say there's nothing wrong with like your best in slot dropping early on. The problem is there's no incentive to do anything with it. It's like, okay, you got the level 58 best in slot ring, right? You have nothing to, like, you have no reason to keep pushing to like you have nothing, like no like strong objective to like press up towards. You get, like, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, you have all these best in slot stuff at level 58, level 60, but there is nothing to do with it. Uber Lilith is not the type of fight that anyone, like, you would have to be either a completionist or a masochist to enjoy that fight. It's not a good fight. It's not a well-designed fight. In the regards where to like difficulty to like loot ratio is just like skewed way out of proportion. There's no reason to really attempt to try it. So here again, you have the super good ring. There's nothing to do with it. Like, there's no push higher nightmare dungeons, nothing to gain from it. Glyphs cap out at level 21. There's no reason to really push higher. Like, that's the problem.
To grow in power.
It's like one small problem. It's like one big problem that's like spread throughout the entire game.
Or all the way up to level 100. Not just stop dead in its tracks because of some stupid item power mechanics that they created. There's a reason people are saying they hit a wall, because they literally did. You're rolling on best in slot gear in your 50s. Another quick example is these Tempest Roar helmets that I have. I've got 3 of them here, but these 2 of them are both 780 item power, okay? Both of these, 780 item power. You'll notice the armor is identical because that scales. Except the one that I found at level 87 is superior to the one that I found at level 95. Why is this? Why are the roll ranges the same? I don't think that the 95 should just automatically be better, but it should have had a higher floor for the stat rolls and a higher ceiling. Like, let's say 10 to 17% for the damage while shapeshifted.
And even if they added that would at least make, okay, you got level 100. There's like more of a reason to hit level 100, because at least when you're level 100, you have more potential to get better gear. Like, it's so stupid.
Affects. Instead of them both rolling 7 to 14%, I think that the level 95 version should have a higher floor and a higher ceiling. The odds of you getting a better version increase that way. This system should be based off your level, and item power should scale with that, not using this bizarre iPower 820 maximum that they've come up with. Here's the system that I would use. I tried to visualize it so it would make a little more sense. Basically, as you level up, you create a sort of item power bubble. And this bubble would move forward by 10 each time you level up, all the way to 1,000 at level 100. This makes not only the base stats of the item better, but it slightly increases the floor and ceiling of the rolls for the affixes. Basically what I just described a minute ago. Also,
and that's actually how I thought it worked. But after I watched a video, Uji's video, and then my friend on Discord, we were talking about it, I was like, oh, so it doesn't work like this? I feel like that just makes sense naturally. But
so as the item power maximum increases by 10, it drags the back end of the bubble with it. This helps to eliminate another problem, which is getting trash tier items with
sacred items and high nightmare dungeons.
Way beyond those. When you're level 100 and you're getting sacred eye power 670 items. You're never going to use them, so why drop them? Here you are at level 1. You can get item power 10. You hit level 2, it goes up to 20, 30, 40, 50. You get it, okay? So right now at level 5, you could get an item that drops between item power 10 and 50. As soon as you hit level 6, the item power 10s will disappear. As soon as you hit level 7, the item power 20s will disappear. So it keeps more of the gear relevant to your actual character, and you are feeling like you're unlocking or accessing more powerful items, because you are. You can now get something that's better every single time you level up. Now, early game, it's not nearly as much of a problem. No one really cares. It's this section in here, the last 4 rows, where it really starts to hurt. Let's just put it at level 100. You know, this bar, you can change, and I guess, and modify the bubble. You know, you could make it extend 10 levels, 15 levels.
I feel like 10 levels would be better, because you level up so fast. I guess it wouldn't matter.
You decide is balanced, or whatever I guess the developers decide. Items go up to 1,000. There's 100 levels. Multiply by 10. Ta-da! It's easy. But you could make the bubble go back 5 levels, 10 levels, whatever. But at level 100, I probably only want to see items in the range of level 900 to 1,000. So this kind of solves that problem, right? We don't have to worry about getting these items over here when we're all the way over here. And also, we can't get these powerful items here when we're over here. I don't want a perfect rolled level 100 item at level 66. I want to go from level 99 and get to 1,000 and be like, wow, I can now get item power 1,000 items, and these are gonna have a chance at being better than anything I've ever seen before in this game. That's what we need. That keeps the hunt valid all the way to the end. And even then, at level 100, you could try and deck your character out in eye power 1,000 items. None of this other junk that they have going on here. I always try to provide a solution if I think that there's a problem with something, and I hope the solution made some sense to somebody. I mean, they definitely need to fix the endgame chase somehow. This whole system could apply, and probably should apply, to Nightmare Dungeons as well, because they don't scale at all. Anyway, to challenge myself, I've resorted to playing a companion spectre.
Wait, look how little damage this is doing.
Druid, which is the worst build in the entire game. Thanks for watching the video. Take care.
Good lord. And again, look at the pants, man. Ooh,
build in the entire game. Thanks for watching the video. Take care.
Like, why would you want pants like that? Yeah, overall, I like the video. I don't think Diablo 4 is dying fast. I just feel like the game itself is really low-key shallow. It's fun. The game is fun. No one's saying the game is not fun. But I personally get the sense that people can pick up on that the game is shallow, and there is no real means to keep playing over and over. He went over the biggest reason why, more or less. Or I would say one of the biggest reasons, in my honest opinion. I feel like there's more, but I would say there's probably 3 big ones. That is one of them. 2, stats in these games are just stupid, man. Like, it's not about build variety. It's about how stats are just not interesting. There's no innovation. Again, D4 doesn't feel like an ARPG. It feels like a roguelike, like a lazy roguelike. But that's just my opinion, and yeah. Anyways, good video though. Entertaining, thought-provoking. Let's see what people are saying. It almost seems like they designed the loot system with level 50 as the max and the endless paragon system of D3 in mind. I didn't play D3, so I don't have an opinion, so I don't know. Then they made the paragon system what it is and didn't change how loot works. This is probably true, man. Like, I honestly feel like No one played past level 75. Like, I feel like it's just not possible that people in the office were organically grinding to level 75 or level to 100 without using like some type of either cheat or buff or something. Great video. Expanding on your sliding range idea. I think it would be good if the range extended both above and below your character level, maybe 10 plus, 10 minus, and with a weighted probability, so you're more likely to drop item power around your current level, but also a small chance to drop much better or worse items. Think of a bell curve distribution for the probability drop. You're still not going to drop business slot level 100 gear when you're level 70, but you have a very small chance of getting it at level 90. And once you hit level 100, you have a much better chance of dropping the best gear. Yeah, a combination of both, right? As long as it feels dynamic and organic, I feel like that's all that matters. At the moment, it doesn't feel like neither. It feels like okay, like this is like, and again, this is my opinion, because we're adults, we're not kids. We've been playing a lot more ARPGs lately. You know, D3 was whatever D3 was, but we've consumed so much game content, meta content. Content creators have made everything so streamlined. It's like once you have played this game enough hours, everything just becomes progressively more annoying because of how shallow everything feels. Like once I roll my next character next season, it's gonna be, I'm not gonna say significantly better than my druid, but it'll be, the process will be a lot easier because I basically already know all the ins and outs that the game has to offer. Because there's just like, there's nothing dynamic about the experience. And with them adding this, the league mechanic is based around gyms. Again, that doesn't really make the game more dynamic, but these are changes that could happen under the hood and really make the game good. Let's read a few more. It's such a weird way to design it. Monster scale with your level, but not the items. Wonder why people don't want to play anymore, because they feel like they get weaker instead of stronger. I never felt like this, so I don't know. But I did mostly Nightmare Dungeons. I'm here from DM's channel. Wanted to say I like your points very much. What I would like to see, or like the idea of, at lower levels like level 60, there are a wider range of affixes you can get, while at level 100 the range is less and more what you are looking for. So it's possible but unlikely to get a godly item at 60, but much like, okay, I mean, that's basically the summary of the whole video. 100% agree with your optimization changes. Really enjoy the game, and this would improve it drastically. I like the idea of the item range drop bubble, especially because this bubble doesn't have to be static. You can start with, for example, a small bubble and increase the size of the bubble as the level increases if you want to slow down progression, or do the reverse if you want to speed up leveling and maxing. Leveling, okay. As for getting an item into the next tier, I am not sure. I kind of like it because it makes more items potentially interesting, but makes finding the works until 80 item a lot quicker. Everyone seems to genuinely like the idea because, let me reiterate one more time, most of us, we are just not kids anymore. We're either in our 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever. We have played a lot more games. Good games have come and gone. You know, this game just does not do some things right, but it is still fun. And I think at the end of the day, everyone just wants the game to be better. That's why anyone's even commenting. That's why this guy made this video. That's why we're all here. We just want this game to be fun. But unfortunately, Diablo 4 is just not a forever game. In the current iteration, it's just not. So yeah, thanks for watching. Tell someone you appreciate them. I appreciate you guys watching. Tell someone you love them, and see you in the next video. Peace.